Just like way back in the days of old. Yeah, magnificently we were bold. Yeah, until the best day.
Wanted to play this song because I wanted to send you some Thanksgiving blessings, my friends. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. So I just feel overwhelmingly grateful. Just feeling overwhelmingly grateful for love, for friendships, for family, for the roof over my head, and the abundance that I have every single day. This is the week of gratitude, and aside from getting all wrapped up in the food thing, how can you bring gratitude into every single day? So those of you who are planning your celebrations for the week, I have some tips for you going into the Thanksgiving eating occasion. And that's really about mindfulness. And I feel like I've been preparing for this season of gratitude for days and days in this whole past year. And I'm so grateful for the journey that I've been on. And I'm so grateful for where I am at the end of this year. And I hope you take a moment to think about the things that you are grateful for, and not just, the typical things, but really reflecting on just having your health. There's a lot of people that have gone through losses, that have gone through suffering, whether it be job losses or family losses or individual losses. And I just think this time is super precious. And I just wanted to give you words of encouragement and love. And that here in midlife, it's not an option to settle for less, and that you should have the best of what you deserve in terms of life and love and fulfillment and joy and contentment. And I hope you take your power back this last few weeks of the year and reflect on how grateful you are deeply inside, how much value there is in feeling loved and cared for, and also to be able to be generous with ourselves. We all know that, having that inner peace creates longevity in our health and well-being, in our physical health and well-being. And when we vibrate love and we vibrate light, that comes back to us. It really creates joy and attraction. And I feel like I've been cultivating that over this past year. And I'm so grateful for all of you who've been able to come along on this journey with me. And I'm really super excited for the next year coming up. And so over the next few weeks is really about practicing mindfulness and practicing cultivating light in your world, in my world, in terms of really being able to raise our vibrations during the holidays. So one thing that I have learned, and I teach my clients in weight loss, in their weight loss journeys and their health, reclaiming their health journeys, is to practice breathing and being mindful about your eating habits. And it really starts with super getting present with yourself, just really getting present. And one quick or one really powerful way to connect with the present moment is just by your breath. And some of you, are, well-versed practitioners of breath work and yoga work and so forth. But some of you may have difficulty really settling your mind and quieting your mind. But one of the things that we could learn from Thich Nhat Hanh is a Buddhist philosopher, and I love this book called The Miracle of Mindfulness. And I wanted to share that with you. He talks about mindfulness in our positions of body and our breath. And one of the things that we could do in terms of just approaching our holiday eating occasion is practicing a few days in advance of breathing and noticing our breath. Noticing our breath in conversation, noticing our breath while we're having conversation. So, breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your nose, and noticing our breath and slowing our breath down, even in conversation. And he gives examples of different ways of getting present with our breath, even when we do the dishes. So, as you wash the dishes or clear away your dinner or clear away your work desk, taking one piece at a time and practicing noticing your breath and getting into fullness of your breath. And that is one way to really get present, get in tune, really stop the noise, and really be able to tune into what's happening. And while we are approaching the eating occasion, this is something you can practice over the next few days leading up to the big holiday feast. And when you actually slow things down in terms of noticing your breath, you actually, are much more mindful about what you put in your mouth and how much you're consuming, because we know in the American holiday, it's we get into this feeding frenzy of piling food onto your plate. But if you were really choiceful about your plate at Thanksgiving, and we can talk more about that in terms of the nutrition mechanics that actually go on your plate. So, staying away from way too many starchy items and being able to focus on leafy greens as well and having a good balance on your plate with that. But what I'm really talking about here is a habit shift that is so critical for a lot of people to actually get into the practice of. And I think this is a valuable tool. I know that a lot of people eat very quickly, eat, and they're having eating meeting occasions and family occasions where um, you know, you're talking and eating and doing and multitasking and standing and so forth. And I encourage you during this holiday season of eating, meeting, and celebrating occasions to really slow things down and notice your breath. Really slow things down and notice your breath and really control your breath. So even through conversation, you're having a conversation with somebody, breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your nose. And nobody needs to know that you're doing this, but it is a practice that you can get into the practice of before you go into a feasting occasion. And you will be, training yourself, teaching yourself to slow things down on the big turkey day. So, whether you're washing dishes, whether you're, putting away your dishes, whether you're cleaning your house, whether you're at work, you're sitting in front of the computer, notice your breath and slow things down. And when you first notice your breath, you may notice, wow, you may be shallow breathing. So practice breathing deeply in through your nose and out through your nose, because actually that activates our parasympathetic nervous system and does have a nourishingly calming effect during stressful times. So, whatever you're doing over the next few days leading up to the big eating occasion, I encourage you to practice this, breathing in through your nose deeply all the way to the top of your breath and exhaling through your nose. So, two ways through your nose, okay? Exhaling through your nose all the way to the bottom of your belly. And when you are in control of that, you're actually, you know, eliminating too. You're eliminating bad toxins through your breath as well. So this practice is a really valuable practice in multiple ways. And I hope you can take this and report back to this post and let me know that you tried it and that it's hard to do. It's really hard to practice mindfully eating, but over the Thanksgiving holiday, it's I think that's the most important thing to remember, and the most valuable tool that you can carry with you throughout your work, throughout your conversations, throughout this whole holiday explosion season. I know everybody's excited to, post COVID, to get together with their families and connect and be seen and be with each other. And, I appreciate that and I completely understand. And I want you to nourish that even more through your breath and nourish that through your conversations, through hugging, through, peacefully loving. And I know that family holidays also introduce tensions and, old resentments and, some of that old baggage as well. So approach the holiday season with compassion that everybody goes through the same thing. Everybody experiences love, acceptance, has the need for acknowledgement, all of that. And wherever you are in this journey of midlife wellness and self-care and living your best life so that you are seeding the next 20 years of your life brilliantly, this is one major tip that I think you will really appreciate and can really turn things around. So I hope this is super helpful. Happy Monday before Thanksgiving. And just wanted to encourage you all to just love each other up and truly, truly take time in reflection and gratitude and in gratitude for the very most simple things in life, because life is finite. You never know when it's going to be taken away from you. And that's my whole shtick is be proactive about really loving your life to the fullest, and having that gratitude, because there are no second chances, and that their death is definitely certain. And for those of you who have already experienced losses in the last year, in these recent times of COVID, I send you love and light. And hopefully love and light is being showered upon you and around you. And hopefully you are reaching out and you are not alone, because there are a lot of people who have had losses, but it's with our losses, what we do with our losses, that can be tremendous. And we are powerful human beings of adaptation and getting back to homeostasis and healing, through loss and suffering. And really, midlife wellness is really about that. Is really about healing through our traumas and our hurts and our losses and our sadness and disappointments, and coming back in your next chapter almost brilliantly. And it is totally, totally possible. And I encourage you to be older, wiser, and just joyful and full of reflection and gratitude. So, thanks for listening. And give me a comment below. Let me know that you will be joining in this mindful breathwork challenge over the next few days into the holiday Thanksgiving. And on Friday, I would love to see you. I would like to offer a time in getting support free of charge in terms of really getting back to weight loss, getting back to your health as a priority, and getting back to amazing physical health so that you can avoid any kind of chronic illness and physical limitations in the future, because this is what it's about. What we have now is really what we have to really nurture and cherish and brilliantly cultivate. So I love you guys and happy Thanksgiving. And I will be back online, but just wanted to send you this word of encouragement. So practice breathing in through your nose and out through your nose in conversation, in your daily activities, through work, through doing home activities, getting outside and really fully taking in gratitude and blessing. So, thanks, guys, for listening. Give me a comment below if you got anything good out of this, and please share. I'll see you soon.